Hey everyone, welcome back to Bryan's Mysteries and Adventures on Trail. I hope everyone is doing well. In today's video, we are going to be covering a very recent case. Three friends disappeared on April 27th of this year, 2024. They were on this hiking, camping, surfing trip. Basically, they had left San Diego, eventually crossing the border into Baja California, which, just to be clear for anyone that doesn't know, it's not a part of California, it's a state in Mexico. They passed through Tijuana. All the while, the brothers especially were posting all this stuff on their Facebook and other social media. Then they went into Ensenada. Now, the three men were two brothers, Jake and Callum Robinson, pictured there on the left. Jake is 30 years old, 205 pounds, 6'2", and is a doctor. His brother Callum is a professional lacrosse player. He is 33 years old and roughly 250 pounds. They had been traveling to the United States for several years. They had a friend, Carter Rhoad from Atlanta, who was 30 years old, 5'9", who'd founded an apparel company in San Diego and had been living there for a couple of years, according to his Facebook profile. This is one of the last pictures that Callum Robinson posted on his social media, the men having coffee looking out at the beautiful Pacific Ocean. As always, I'll have all my photo credits and sources in the description. The men had booked an Airbnb in and around the area of Rosarito Beach. They had been camping in a very remote stretch of beach south of Ensenada, roughly 70 miles south of Rosarito Beach. The men were mainly traveling in this Chevrolet truck. Basically, they were traveling down the Mexican coast to Ensenada. Because of the way the terrain is there, and I'm going to have some maps up to show you, this is a picture of one of the beaches in Ensenada, which is supposed to be one of the safer, more touristy places. A lot of cruise ships go in and out of there. The coastline is very beautiful. However, because of the way the mountains are, you often have to hike down these very big cliffs. So what the gentlemen would do was they would hike down, pitch their tents, and camp on the beach. Then later that night or the next morning, they would go surfing, maybe stay another night, and then move on to the next area. It is thought that they were just south of Ensenada, and then they were turning around to go back up north to Rosarito Beach. Callum Robinson had been posting pictures, videos every single day. Then all of a sudden, last Saturday, April 27th, it just all stopped. The brother's mother, Deborah Robinson, knew right away that something was wrong. She wasn't able to get in touch with either of her sons. She sent out messages to anyone she could think of. She contacted the U.S. Embassy in Baja. She also contacted the Australian consulate. This investigation basically started on Monday. People were starting to look. The information was starting to spread through the media. There really wasn't very many leads. There were a few sightings, which I had one map up. I'll have another map up coming up. Here's another picture of the brothers. These three friends were very happy, outgoing, known to be very kind, very loving, very good-natured people, very good backgrounds. They all had very good lives going for them. They knew each other. They had traveled in this area before. Unfortunately, Baja California is statistically one of the most dangerous areas of Mexico, especially Tijuana. The city of Tijuana has roughly 6 homicides per day. There are hundreds of thousands of tourist visitors, people that are still missing and have gone missing just in the state of Baja California in Mexico. As I've said, Ensenada is supposed to be one of the more safer areas for tourist travelers. That was the area that they were in. There are guides in and around this whole area that tell tourists and hikers and campers that if they are going to come to this area, please try avoiding driving at night. Camp in large groups. Do not camp on remote areas of any of the beaches. If there are any fish camps along the beach, those are supposed to be the safer areas to camp next to. The FBI, the Australian consulate, the US consulate, the Mexican police all had gotten involved in this search. Sadly, this Friday, just a couple days ago, The FBI and other authorities discovered this burnt out vehicle, which they believed to be the three friends' white Chevrolet truck. As you can see, it's completely burned out. Directly adjacent to the vehicle, the authorities found 3 abandoned tents that were all disheveled. We know that the authorities found at least 1 cell phone. They're keeping a lot of this information close to the vest because unfortunately now this looks like it was a homicide, some kind of foul play. This is the area where they found the truck. A little bit further down, they started looking. They discovered this well that was sort of covered up with plywood and other things. This is a view looking up from the beach. As you can see, it's not that far from the beach, just some kind of well that they discovered. They started investigating it, and sadly, just yesterday, authorities found 3 bodies, which basically matched the 3 friends' description, but they weren't able to identify. They had to use this rope and pulley system. It was very difficult to navigate this small area. FBI, forensics, Mexican police, all kinds of authorities were on the scene. Meanwhile, at some point in the last couple days, the Mexican authorities had already arrested 3 people, including 1 woman. This is a picture of that apparent arrest. The U.S. State Department said, quote, "We are aware of those reports of the bodies. We are closely monitoring the situation. At this time, we have no further information." Maria Elena Andrade Ramirez, the Attorney General for Baja California, reported late last evening that they presumed the bodies that they found are probably those of the 3 friends. They haven't been forensically identified yet, but based on hair color, various clothing they found, as well as physical characteristics, sadly they do believe it is the 3 friends that went missing. They also found a 4th body in that well that apparently had been there for a much longer time. This well is south of Ensenada in the town of Santo Tomas, right there. It's a very small area, very mountainous. It's got apparently a very beautiful coastal line that surfers, campers, beachgoers, hikers, people love to visit. According to the Mexican prosecutor's office, the 3 people that they are holding in custody right now, they are only being held on charges of kidnapping. According to one statement, they found some video or photo evidence on one of these perpetrators' cell phone. If it is forensically confirmed that it is these 3 friends, the 2 Australian brothers and the 1 American man, more charges will most likely be added. They also said that the suspects appeared to have stolen the 3 men's truck. Some of its parts were found in another truck belonging to one of the suspects. I started working on this case on Wednesday of this past week when someone alerted me to the fact that the mother of the 2 Australian men had created a Facebook page. She was very concerned about her missing sons. She was looking for any type of help. Now it's looking like the worst possible outcome. Like I said, it hasn't been forensically linked, but based on the circumstances, the evidence, the bodies were found not that far from where their burnt out truck was found. This is just such a tragedy, and we still have a lot of questions, a lot of answers that everybody, especially the family members, want. We don't even know if the people in jail are just the people that were caught with the stolen truck parts. The police believe that it's probably linked to one of the various cartels. They can't confirm anything right now, and as I said, they're keeping most information out of the press. The prosecutor's office also said that evidence was found along with the abandoned tents that was linked to these people that are now in a Mexican jail. The president of Mexico has acknowledged that sadly the crime in their country has continued to get worse. They've been trying to put things in place to help stop it, but it's just the numbers have gotten worse and worse over the years. Tourists are warned not to travel through Tijuana. This is one of the beaches in Tijuana. It's very easy to just get lost in the crowd, lost from your friends. Plus, statistically wise, it is one of the most dangerous areas of the whole country of Mexico. I can't imagine what either of these families is going through. My thoughts and prayers are with you. I want to dedicate this video to Callum and Jake Robinson, as well as their family, their friends, their loved ones. Also to Jack Carter Rhoad, his family, his friends, all his loved ones. I hope and pray that whatever happened to these men, they will get justice, their family will get the answers they deserved, and justice for their loved ones. My thoughts and prayers go out to all the authorities working this case, trying to get the family answers. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for all your support, your comments, your feedback. Special thank you to co.ag for providing the background music. Hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking with me to the end. I will keep you updated on this case. I will follow it throughout. I will follow the investigation when it goes to court. Whatever happens, I will keep you all informed. And please keep the families in your thoughts and prayers. I also wanted to talk to you, for those that stuck around. My captain in Washington State is putting together several search and rescue efforts throughout the summer. If anyone living on the West Coast or in the area is interested in getting into search and rescue or has any experience, please send me an email that will be in the description. My captain in Washington State has asked me to come out and manage and head out some of these investigations. These are of missing persons that have been missing for a year or more. The families have contacted him and asked if we would go out and look for their loved ones. I'm also hoping to get to South Lake Tahoe, California to do 2 weeks of search and rescue training prior to that. If any of you are interested in that, please email me. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It's free and really helps out the channel and all of our search and rescue efforts. Coming up on the channel, I'll be posting several videos of various missing hikers in Oregon, Washington, and California. I'd love to hear about any of your outdoor adventures or summer plans. Always love hearing from you guys. Thank you again for watching and all your support. I will see you in the next one.